As the two teams get introduced, great result for the American combination of great result for the American combination of Whitney Pavlik and Amanda Dowdy. Straight sets win 2-0. Whitney, good result out there for you. You feel pretty good?
I do. You know, that was a lot of fun. I've been off the world tour for about a year, so it's great to be back and with the win. And you know, Amanda, she is doing so well, and we've worked so hard this off season. So it's always great when the things we've worked on are showing on the beach, and you know, that's what we wanted to do. We came.
So where have you been for the last year? What have you been doing?
I was just playing AVP and getting all back and healthy and that genre of thing. So. Yeah.
And you come back with a renewed passion for the game?
I did. I'm pretty fired up. I was telling her, I'm like, don't ever take it personal. I'm just fired up, and I'm not here to waste my time, and we're here to take care of business.
And Amanda, you've been playing for a few years now as well. How are you feeling about coming down here to Manly Beach? Beautiful weather conditions down here at Manly Beach.
It's been awesome. Like, I've really been enjoying being here and being in Australia. The people are so friendly, and it's been a challenge, this weather, but that's what makes it fun. That's the fun part of our sport, and I'm just embracing it and rolling with it.
What about the big picture for you two? I mean, where do you see yourselves going? What are your goals at this stage? I mean, everybody talks Olympics and that sort of stuff, but we know competition in America is red hot, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And we're our goals for ourselves. We just want to see where this partnership can go. Both of us have the goals of being in 2020, and so that's what we're working towards. We think we can get there together, and we really believe in that. And so yeah, it's our first year playing together, and just getting this team going and seeing what we're capable of.
So how many tournaments have you actually played together as a combination?
Two.
This is our third. Yeah. This is our third tournament. Our first FIVB together. Yeah. And it's been awesome. It's been really fun.
You know, I think it's this with the new competition, the new FIVB tours that are and the one star and 2-star events in Shepparton. We had a whole heap of teams who'd never ever played together coming together. Including this German team, they're out there now. I think Shepparton was the first time they'd ever played together. And you guys, you know, this is what third event together. So I think it's great because so many new teams are getting a chance, and new combinations are getting a chance to try themselves out on the world tour. It's a great opportunity, Whitney.
Exactly, it is. We love the opportunity, and we're going to keep taking advantage every time we get the opportunity to come play on the FIVB tour. You know, the competition at any level, at any star you go to this year, is going to be great. You know, there's no easy draws, and we're just going to take advantage of that and, you know, go there and learn from each match and hopefully keep getting some wins.
Have either of you ever been to Manly Beach before this week?
No, it's our first time, and we've already taken the opportunity to go see the Opera House and the bridge and all of that. Saw our first kangaroo, so we're pretty fired up. So yeah, it's been awesome. We love it here.
Yeah, I mean, ideally for us from a tourism perspective, we would love you to be able to go back and say how awesome the beach is in summer. But yeah, it hasn't looked that way. But believe you me, in summer it's a great place to be. But so great to have you guys down under and enjoying it down here and spread the word because we love having the FIVB World Tour here and seeing teams of the quality of yours playing here. It's great for the competition. So well done. Good luck tomorrow. Well done today.
Thank you so much.
Whitney and Amanda through to the second round tomorrow. And this match here, well, already the Germans are looking strong, leading 6-0. 6-0 is the score. Update the 6-3, sorry, I don't want to sell the Japanese short here. 6-3 is the scoreline here. And yes, as I mentioned then to our American friends, the German combination, Shepparton was their first event together, I believe, and in fact, if my memory serves me correct, that was Leonie Körtzinger's first ever World Tour event. She'd never played on the World Tour before, so that was in Shepparton. So they've now got that under their belt, and they've come out here and they're leading 7-3, and Sanja looking very comfortable at the moment against yet another Japanese team here.
Yeah, I think maybe having that week in Australia and training in between the events and having a good event in Shepparton, it's they look pretty settled, and you always want to come out and have a good couple of first ends in your first match in this tournament. So they look good, but I'm sure Japan they'll settle in here, and it should be a pretty close contest, this one, I reckon.
And the drizzle's just getting a little bit more consistent now. It's been so good for the day so far. It's held off, but just starting to take over a little bit now, Sanjan. Well, what are the challenges of playing in the rain? Obviously, getting rain in your eyes when you're trying to serve is annoying, but what are some of the other challenges playing in these sorts of conditions?
Yeah, as that drizzle starts to turn into rain, it starts to make the sand quite damp. So there's a couple of different things that the players will be aware of. Number one being the ball will start to get a lot heavier. As it gets wet, as it collects the damp sand, the ball will get heavier and heavier. And the ball kids we've got here will do an amazing job of making sure that they wipe all the sand off. And if you can see it on the camera, they've got their little towels wiping that sand off to make it best as they can for the players. But once in play, that ball will change a little bit just in the way it moves around. It won't float around as much, having a bit more weight there. So that's something that the players have to adapt to. And the other thing is that the rain starts to come down, the sand starts to compress a little bit more as it gets damper. So they're jumping a little bit higher, moving a bit faster, which can often throw out their timing as well on their hitting and their blocking. So often, these kind of conditions, it tests the mental strength of the players. No one really wants to go out there and play in the rain, unless maybe the girls from Scotland. They quite enjoyed it, I think. But everyone else, it starts with that mental challenge. So Japan just grabbing a couple of points back there. So they're still well in touch, 6-8. Down in this first set, and it really will be who can have the ability to get their mindset around the fact that they just love playing in the rain rather than trying to fight it. So whoever decides that they're going to love playing in these conditions, they're the ones that are going to be taking the most advantage.
And the ace down the middle once again. Japan super smart serve in these conditions. And after a little break, you always want your opponents go to work, take it out of the comfort zone, a little later, you take it down the middle, drops on the sand for a winner, 7-8. Again, this time Japan closing this gap. Points on the board for them. Minus the rim of the service line, BeachVolley will approach your work. The 8 metres by 8 metres of the court. You're always changing the angle, the depth, the height of the serve.
Oh, great service pressure by Japan these last couple of points. We see them tied up at 8-all now, actually taking the lead 9-8. And you can see, really, that's what we were talking about, their ability to be able to just assess the conditions. The wind is really swirling around, so it's changing from serve to serve, from point to point. So players really have to just assess the conditions every time they go back to serve, because it's not consistent whatsoever. So the German team just decided to call a timeout. They're going to sit down for 30 seconds and just have a bit of a chat, just gain some composure, get some water in, and come back out for this first set. So again, those that are just tuning in live, this is Sudden Death Beach Volleyball, our World Tour event here in Sydney. One chance, so you lose, you're gone. So for a lot of these teams that have travelled a long way from Europe, from Japan, from the USA, they really want to make these early round matches count. So it's all cutthroat, it's on the line, and that's what we love best about this game, is when teams are put under pressure. There's no easy rides here through these World Tour events, and teams have to come out and fire straight away. No chance to warm up, they are straight into it. And here we go, Japan leading 9-8. What a way to come out of a timeout. Come out, grabs that little net clip, dribbles down, no chance there for the German player to get into that. It just died.
great control there by the German girls, really taking advantage of that nice high line shot, got the call from her partner, trusted the call and made the point. Great work at the net there, you know, really good defensive play to make the dig over, but then, yeah, really stopping that Japanese attack coming through. That'll send her back to serve. Oh, great vision. Really showing the skill attack from the Japanese team. Comes in, hard crush, makes that transition again, and then able to come in and shoot the ball. So great display of skills there by all girls. One of the best rallies we've seen actually in this match so far. So we're all tied up. It's just waiting for that score to tick over, but it's nice and close here in this first set. Technical timeout.
You need something to eat or something to drink. Go see the crew up there, grab yourself a coffee, settle on in for what's going to be a super fun afternoon of beach volleyball. It's 2 Aussie games coming up after this one, but right now it's Germany beat Japan.
So if you have any fans of Japan or anyone over there in Japan that's tuned in and listening to, we'd love to hear some support from you guys, and head over to our Volleyball Australia Facebook page and love to hear some comments. We'd love to hear some shout outs to the girls, and at the same time if you're tuning in from Germany, you know, we'd love to hear some support, throw out some fancy facts about the players, and yeah, we'll throw some love your way as well.
This run continues. Japan absolutely flying.
Now Japan has settled in. They're well settled into this set now and playing some really dynamic beach volleyball. And this is, you know, much more like their game plan that would have come out. And now they're really starting to execute and giving Germany a few problems here.
And that's on the baseline, just pushing for a little bit too much there. Conditions pretty stable also to all these teams. No one's really capturing the great advantage. We're still pretty non-effective out there on the court right now.
Ace! So she floats it up over her shoulder and finds that deep corner. We've seen a lot of players this morning using that serve from that southern end of the beach, high over the shoulder player, landing in that corner, and that the corner has produced a number of aces in many of the matches this morning. And there we see it, the joust at the net, and the shorter of the two players from Japan actually the one winning the joust, and we see that quite commonly happen, and she was pretty excited about grabbing that point. Oh, the hustle there, and then turning it into an absolute weapon of a swing. And Germany, great work there. And Japan, you know, also just making those points there, and that's what we want to see. Great beach volleyball, great hustle, and good watching for everyone out there.
We're going to see the end change down here, point for point right now in this matchup. 2 more games to come, folks. It is the ring goal, the Hello World Volley Rouge battling it out. And then we'll be back for the 6 tomorrow. Make sure you're here, of course, Sunday, Super Sunday. Make sure you have the tickets for the gold medal matches.
Just swinging long there, and that brings up point number 15 for Germany. They just nose their way ahead, and we're in a good position here. The wind in their face, even though it's swirling a little bit.
Good hustle there for the German combination, but just
And Japan even it back up. Really nice rally there. Teams just hustling, really trying to put the others out of position, and Japan came up trumps on that point.
Too good once again, this German combination. Nice big set spot, point for point right now, really crucial part of this first set. Put your hands together on the beach. These girls out here working so hard. What a rally. Some touches, great control from both teams. Point on the stand, Japan tied back up once again, 16 all. Down the line this time, Japan finding the stand. Both teams now, counter-attack with counter-attack. We've had a good look at each other through. At the beginning of this first set, every point so crucial now, closing on 21. Just on the baseline.
Draft drifting long there from Japan, so that's going to tie us up again, 17 all.
Big trouble at it this time. Körtzinger once again. Sits up nicely, smacks it down for a switch of ends. Germany, Japan.
Well, this has really been a very entertaining set of beach volleyball. After a couple of games where the scoreline's certainly been a little bit one-sided, this match is a really good match-up, Sanj, and after a slow start, the Japanese girls are starting to find their pace now, and the Germans, very inexperienced young German side. In fact, I'm going to check it out, but I think that Leonie Körtzinger may only be 17 years old, but I need to double check that, but she's very young. She may well be the youngest player here this week, but I'll get back to you on that one. But timeout call, Germany leading 19-17.
So Ross, you were right, we have some young guns out here. She's 19 years old, she'll be turning 20 very soon, but we do have a number of teenagers in this draw across a number of countries, which is so good to see the youngsters out here having a crack at their first World Tour events. And yeah, she's up with her teammate at the moment from Germany, leading 19-17 in their first set. Japan just changing the speed of the play there, that lower, faster back set play, really trying to keep the movement of the young German team, and they grab a point back for themselves, 18-19. Oh, there it is. We saw it earlier in the set to get them back in it. And look, Ross, I don't think it's any accident. I think that's a serve she practices, and I reckon she pulls out right when she needs it.
Well, Chris McHugh's very good at that. He's a past master of just being able to clip the net and roll the ball over. It certainly is a crushing blow to the opposition, and a ball that's very hard to defend, isn't it?
Oh, there we go. Great vision there. Way to put that ball down. The Japanese team, they were diving all around the court. They thought they had that well in control of the point, and that shows great maturity there to have that little bit of a look and be able to put that ball short on the sand where the defense wasn't. And that brings up first set point for Germany. Oh, there it is again. She's just owning that little patch of sand right there. And that brings up the first set for Germany, 21-19.
Beach volleyball World Tour action. Advantage Germany here. First set has gone their way.
So for everyone out there in live stream land, we've got obviously Germany and Japan up now, but the next two matches we'll see Aussies back on court. So if you're here to cheer on some Aussies, stick around. Within about half an hour, we'll have Bartoli Jenkins up against Davis Cockle from Canada, followed by Rocamper against Palmer and Grimson from England. So plenty of Aussies actions coming your way. But now we're going to head back to the second set, Germany and Japan.
Volley 2017, take an awesome first set. The German team from Seyfferth-WORLD. Yeah, that punch is a great ball. Yeah, back out, that was a great first set. Well, that was one of the best sets of volleyball we've seen today. The two combinations, Ishii vs.Suzuki and Ishii from Japan. Against Ishii Körtzinger and Seyfferth from Germany. This is Seyfferth to start us up. Second set action, ready to go. Well, Körtzinger not quite getting it done. And look at the swing, couldn't put it down. Good guarding, that can't be good. Big man with big swing, folks. Just too long, so point to point, second set action, here folks.
And we're back in the second set, and we're 1 all, point for point, as teams will look to settle again here. Nothing in that first set. It was probably the closest set of beach volleyball we've had here in this first round. Oh, she comes in high and hard, finds that angle underneath the arm of the German blocker there, and really just absolutely unleashed. So she'll be happy with that, getting a big swing off early in this set.
Moving on to Japan after a good start after the set. But don't miss in their last set of volleyball for the FIVB World Tour event.
Germany unleashed there. Some great ball control happening here in this second set, allowing both teams to really get up, hitting high, hitting hard, and really putting the ball down into the sand for some great points, great action. And a few people starting to get into the crowd now. We're seeing the grandstand starting to fill up. People coming down with their jackets and umbrellas, all prepared for any kind of weather that's going to come at them today.
The blocking of Körtzinger at the net. Control, too strong. And the comes back to control. It's sitting around the beach.
Oh, high and hard into that back corner, and that brings up another point there for Germany. And they'll switch ends 4-3 ahead.
Very hard to pass the ball. High up on the body like that, you have to make a play at 4-3. Moving the lead again.
No way.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you have just been treated to a defensive masterclass there. The number of digs made by the Japanese team there was incredible, but Germany were able to do enough to get the point.
5-3. Oh, high roll shot. Usually hits the nice high ball. Andrew races down the line to try and retrieve and pop in the back. Conditions really tricky now. Players can get used to one set of conditions. Rain, it's not raining, it's windy, it's not windy. If it keeps changing, it can make it really difficult to adapt. Oh, good snap of the wrist. Körtzinger. Embracing a good step from the partner. 6-4.
And then we see it again. Big, aggressive jump into the little deft touch pokey, landing really centimetres from the net. And it's pretty brutal for the Japanese team. They're not enjoying that one whatsoever. But Germany back to serve, 7 points to 4 as this rain starts to come down. But now the sun's coming out as well. So the weather's ridiculously confused here right now.
Oh, very tough serve, very clever serve. Suzuki getting a point for her team on a good penetrating close serve, 6-7. We'll get 2 in a row though, so next week we're going to change ends. Once again folks, that will change ends every 7 points scored. Just to make sure whatever the weather conditions are doing, whatever effect they're having on the play, both teams treat it equally. The light comes and goes, the rain comes and goes. It doesn't have an impact on the match. Beautiful, big set spike.
Yeah, really good execution there from Japan. Great pass, great set coming in, just turning that hand away and just slicing it on the outside. So really making it hard for the German defence there to make a dig, and that gives Japan a point, and they're sneaking back up again. Beautiful set there from Germany, giving it straight to Japan. She was very, very happy with that, and she was able to just knock that one down and level up at 8-all.
And line call was loud and early. Really trying to last kick off our each side has a destination, each side arrives on the course of the local Nations Council. But all the help and support having us back on land is a privilege to be here. Just using cross court, so we do look at it. Bring the power shot.
This time just a little bit long, and that deeper swing going hard for it, but that gives Japan now a little 2-point gap, which will be really confident to go into the technical timeout soon. So 1 more point. Every time we get a combination of 21 points, the teams will sit down for a compulsory timeout. Oh, a bit of tennis going on out there on centre court at the moment, and Germany come up trumps with that point, but it's what do we got? 11-10 Japan. So only 1 point in it, and we were at exactly this point in the first set. So as we said earlier, it's one of the tightest matches we've seen so far, as we just clear the cameras a little bit clean as that rain still comes down a little bit, but as the rain comes, the wind drops. So I'm not sure which the players are wanting most at the moment, the rain or the wind, but they've got the rain, so they're going to have to deal with that. But at the same time, it means that the ball won't be moving around anywhere near as much, and which is just really making some great volleyball at the moment.
And Sanj, no disrespect to the previous games, but this game really has been very entertaining, hasn't it? One of the more entertaining games we've seen today, with a real high level of execution and some real endeavour being shown out there. Not that there hasn't been in the other games, but these two teams are really very evenly matched, aren't they? Which is making for a very good contest.
Yeah, I think you hit it spot on there, Ross, where they're just really, really well matched up against each other. And you see some teams that just might be great teams, but just don't match up well. But these guys really, their playing styles and the way they're going about the game really is creating some fantastic rallies. As you can just see, they're great dig again. And allowing us to see some really, really good beach volleyball. And all the players are just keeping their heads, not too many silly errors, and teams are winning points rather than giving them away. What a point. And you see that point there, the ball crossed the net 5 or 6 times, which is, it's pretty rare in beach volleyball. Normally 1 or 2 crosses the net and the point's done. So these players are playing hard, and as that ball crosses every time, they're getting tighter and tighter. So these girls are doing great work out there, and 11-all here in this set. Great control with the knuckle, the pokey we call it. So really good use of all the skills there from Japan, and just inching ahead again, 12-11. Now Germany won the first set, so Japan have to win. It's a must-win set here for Japan to take it through the third and deciding set. If Germany clinch this one, then they'll lock it up and they'll take the game. There it is, Ross. We see the pokey again, and we've seen a lot of teams come out hitting hard and cutting the ball around, but Japan and Germany, these two teams have used that little pokey, that little knuckle dink shot really, really effectively this match.
I have to say, having been in Shepparton, Sanj, the difference in this German team from the team that was in Shepparton, who, by the way, did quite well, but they were so inexperienced, and a couple of games, they found themselves in the opening set. Look at the endeavour there from Seyfferth. They found themselves down 7-0, 8-0 in a couple of matches, and managed to fight back. And in fact, one game against Australia fought back to win after being down 8-0 in the opening set. But it's such a different team in the space of 2 weeks, just having that one competition experience under their belt.
And that's the benefit, Ross, of them coming out and playing that one-star event first here in Shepparton, and a couple of weeks ago, and it allowed them to get a few matches and really be able to get acclimatised to Australia and settle in after a long flight from Germany, and it's allowed them to now be settled. They look like they're really comfortable. They're loving the conditions out here, and they look like they're just meant to be here at this level. So I think going the extra yard and playing those one-star events leading into the two-star has put them in a really, really good position against this Japanese team. And even though they're trailed by 2 points in this set, they do have the advantage of having one set in the bag. So they're in a really good position here. 12-14, so they'll come back out after this timeout and know that they're really going to push everything now to try and close this set out. But if they don't, if Japan come back and close it, they know they've got their third set to fight it out. So great position here for Germany, and Japan fighting hard to take it to a third set. We see it again. The rallies out here in this match are, I have to say, just world class. It's so good to the crowd here at Manly Beach being able to see this level of beach volleyball and this level of competition and competitiveness between 4 ladies out there who all want this match bad. Ooh, little change up there to come through, little slice and dice up over the block. And the really good thing that you see with beach volleyball is it's not all about power. You see these athletes out there crushing the ball, but you also see them cutting the ball around, shooting the ball up over the block, dinking the ball with their knuckles. And the more skills you've got, the more ways you can try and win this game. So you can see all the players out here really, really skillful and a wide array of attacking strategies that they're using. 15-13 Japan. There we see the joust at the net, and so often as we see it, the shorter of the two players just waiting, delaying, bringing the second player on that ball and forcing it back down into the opponent's court. And Japan sneak away his little 3-point gap here. It's the biggest we've seen of the set. Great set there. She had a clear net, swung hard into the middle, and way to really capitalise on her height and bring up point number 14 for Germany.
Seyfferth won't be pleased. She had a swing for the win, couldn't find sand. And Japan come back with a winner down the line, 17-14. Those are the critical moments. And take that one in a 3-point lead.
Oh, and that one drifts long, and she rues that opportunity there, and that brings it back to just a 2-point gap here. Germany to serve, and then business end of this second set. Oh, unleashes. Gets a great set there from her teammate. Open net, crushes it down the middle, and she'll go back to serve here, and pretty confidently after that hit. Yeah, great angle change there from the Japanese team. Running that back set, just changing the angles there for the German defensive team, and was able to capitalise on that. That brings up 18-16, Japan leading. Love that little overset there from Germany, capitalising, cracking that ball, sharp angle, and that'll bring up an end change here. And look, Japan are in a pretty good position here. If you're one set down, I tell you what, being 19-16 up in the second is a good spot to be. Let's see if they can close it out and take this to a third set. Oh, she wasn't sure if she was going to leave it or take it. And an indecision, and error comes from the backcourt there of Japan, and 17-19 Germany. Oh, great blocking at the net. Really, really good footwork there. Really lined up against the hitting shoulder of the Japanese player and reached in, and really nowhere to go there for Japan, and closes the gap again for Germany. You're asking the question, was it touched off the block? Head referee said absolutely, and that brings up point number 19 for Germany, and we have a tied game here, 19-all, and Japan have decided they're going to use a timeout now and just sit down for a minute or so and try and figure out how they can get these couple of points, because they got to win this set to take it to a third, or their tournament is done.
You really wouldn't be feeling all that good if you were on the Japanese team right now. 19-16 they had this set, and one would think at 19-16 you should not really lose a set from that position. But now all of a sudden they sit down, they look up at the scoreboard, and it's 19 all, and they're one set down, 21-19. There is no wriggle room left for the Japanese team here. They have to come out now, straight from this timeout, and win the first point. Otherwise, if they find themselves down 20-19, Sanj, they're going to find it very difficult.
Yeah, it's go time now. They've got to make the side out here. They have to go back and take that serve, or else it's tournament done. And this is World Tour Beach Volleyball. You've got to get out there, you've got to earn it. Time is now. Oh, pressure. Way to come in and make that play. Great side out by a Japanese team. Go back, and they get the serve with their first shot at set point. Oh, great set there. Had to set that ball from outside of the court, put it up there, and partner comes in looking like she's going to swing high and hard. And again, just that little pokey just over top of the block onto the clean stand. So 20 all. Back now, teams have to win by 2 points, so it's going to be the 2-point shootout.
Oh, Körtzinger is huge above the net. Ladies and gentlemen, they were down and out of this set, but Seyfferth.
And here we see, so it's turned it around. Instead of being a set point, Japan, we now have a match point in this match for Germany. Oh, what a hit from there. Both from the back of the court was able to scramble that ball up, and just love the aggression, being match point down and just crushes that ball into the angle. That'll bring up an end change, and we're back to 21 all. So we're just going to keep going until we see the first team to lead by 2 points and close this set out.
I said it before, this is a quality match between two very, very hard fighting teams, and wow. I was going to say before that serve, I still favour the Germans. I think the Japanese are making too many mistakes now. I think the Germans, this could be it now, I think, Sanj.
Number 2, Körtzinger for the win.
Oh, and there it is, Germany get the win. The surface pressure in the end, 23-21. What a great match of beach volleyball, and that's what we want to see here, the World Tour Beach Volleyball in Manly. Exceptional beach volleyball, exceptional sportsmanship, and Germany are exceptionally excited.
Yeah, great result from a team that's grown so much just in the past 2 weeks, but gee, you feel a bit sorry for the Japanese. They really fought hard to get back into that match, but Sanj, we've talked about it today already, about the ability of teams to close out matches and to work so hard to get into a winning position where you should be able to close out a match, and without wanting to be too hard on the Japanese, if you get yourself into a position where it's 19-16, you should not really lose a set from there, should you?